Round 1. Fight.
Heroes never die.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
Power, sex, power. They both come down to one thing.
Hungry gamers.
Hello, and welcome, boys and girls, to the 150th episode of the Hungry Gamers podcast. We are powered by 8bit.net and Audio Technica. I'm your extremely humble host, Brendan White. Find me just about everywhere at Brendan8bit. And joining me today, the Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn to my Yoda, Miss Ali Hart, Salim Abraham. They can both be found at Miss Ali Hart and Salim TD, respectively. How you doing today on this momentous 150 episode of the Hungry Gamers podcast?
Doing well. Happy May the 4th in America, by the way.
Yes.
Living in the past now, so it's always throwing me off.
Yeah, so you're still living Star Wars Day, where we are beyond said Star Wars Day now here in the AU. So, past and the present combined.
Yeah, and Comic Book Day, free Comic Book Day. So,
when is Comic Book Day?
Free Comic Book Day is today, apparently.
It's also May the 4th, is it?
I just think that was a coincidence that just kind of lined up. I think. Yeah,
but don't worry about that shit, because it's 150th episode of the Hungry Gamers today, and that's what matters.
That is what matters. That is what matters.
How are you, Brendan? You good? I know you were you're pretty touchy about that
last episode.
Last week.
Yeah. I'm feeling great now. The urge to kill has subsided completely because you got that straight out of the way. I'm doing good. Yes, May the 4th was yesterday. I watched Rogue One again last night. Fantastic film.
Yeah.
My God, it's probably just about my favorite Star Wars film in the whole sort of Star Wars universe, I think, when I process it sort of in its entirety. So feeling good. Been playing some games. Been working hard. All that kind of stuff. Mortal Kombat review is out on the YouTubes now.
Yeah.
Doing well. Love that game.
Nice.
So, mate, the sun is shining, the birds are singing, the coffee is warm, my water is cold, all that good stuff.
Sounds like you're living the life.
It's coming up Brendan today. Congratulations, mate. I'm so happy for you. Go check out Mortal Kombat review if you haven't already.
Yeah.
A1 Cracker review. Always enjoy your reviews on the old YouTube socials.
I have, for reviews, I have an idea of how I want them to go, but I think they're very casual in their delivery. I don't really structure them like going on core gameplay and giving them hard critiques and scoring them out of 10. I just think I try and do something that's accessible and relatable to people that either know the franchise or don't for games. So I don't know, it may work, it may not, but hey, it works for me, so suck it.
Yeah, I'm not really into the whole scoring thing because it's all subjective, isn't it? So just giving out an opinion piece and being detailed in it and let people make their decision upon that, I always think that's the best route, personally.
And that's what makes you a 3.5 out of 5, Ali, right there. That you don't give people numbers and score them appropriately. Or things numbers. Sorry, I'm joking. You're a 5.
I'm not sure. See, I'm so anti-reviews. I don't know if that's a good review or a bad one.
It's a pass. You're a pass.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it a day one purchase? I don't know. That's up to the budget. But yeah.
Find me in the bargain bin. Oh, pre-owned. Ew.
Unless you're Nintendo, then you've still got lots of value.
Yeah, in perpetuity. Absolutely.
All right. So, episode 150. My goodness. That is something, but we're not going to dwell too heavily on that today. We're going to maybe do something a little special for some bizarre episode down the line. But shout out to us for making it 150 episodes, not killing each other. And still coming on here and having a laugh and a smile. I think that's a testament to us all for still enjoying what we're doing week in, week out. And I think that's the best thing about jumping on these podcasts every Sunday morning.
If anything, we've made it even more harder for us to kill each other by we just keep on getting further and further away. So the game to kill each other, hitmen are getting expensive. So
it's going to become a game of swatting. That's what we're going to be doing on the podcast. Just see Dream get dragged away or me get dragged away mid-recording.
Don't do it to me. Please don't. I don't know what happened
Yeah, it's bad news over there. But yes, episode 150, still in / moved past May the 4th. But I've got a quick question for y'all. With Star Wars Day off to a galaxy far, far away for another year, I ask you this. What is the best Star Wars game of all time and why? Mr. Speaker, Salim the Dream, enlighten us.
Star Wars Battlefront 2, because who doesn't love microtransactions?
Keep trolling.
It's got to be the best one. Best strategy, best publishing of any of the Star Wars games. And just quality gameplay and such a huge player base after so long. It's great.
I honestly thought he was going to say Knights of the Old Republic. I thought he was going to give a serious answer. So that's on me. Was it shame on me? Fool me once, shame on me.
Yeah, it's funny with Dream. He certainly has two paths he can sort of go down when it comes to these types of conversations. He'll either go really deep and learned and sort of give these nice facts and get real contextual, or he goes the other way and just troll under the bridge personified.
Oh yeah.
Giving it to us.
I'm here opening up my heart and soul on the 150th episode of The Hungry Gamers, telling you what I honestly think. I own the game. I do own the game.
Yeah, so do I.
I do
you
not.
know
I'll
what?
say the single player mode is good.
I do
And
not.
tell me if I'm wrong. Surely it's a great, valuable game when you can get it for $7 at Target and Big W now.
3.5,
It's a cracker
right?
of a game.
Get yourself
$8.
Battlefront 2 and a plain black t-shirt and have change from a 20. It's fantastic.
Yeah, from a 10. Have change from a 10.
I was under the thought process of Miss Hart as well and thought it was going to be some KOTOR love. So I thought I'll throw a different answer into the ring here, and I'm going to go with the Force Unleashed. It was reviewed reasonably well at launch. In sort of I think it was 2007, 2008. It came out, if I remember correct. But I loved it. You're playing Darth Vader's secret apprentice that no one knew about. Star Killer. Played by Sam Witwer, who's also in Days Gone, which I'll talk about in a little while time. But just being this young, rowdy, sort of potential Sith Lord in the making was fantastic. Being able to sort of throw TIE fighters and strangle people and force push and pull and all that kind of stuff. The combat was great, and being able to sort of chain kill and combo enemies into oblivion was so good. And yeah, I just loved it. I loved it. So I'm going to throw my money behind The Force Unleashed 1 and 2.
I don't think I ever played those. I think I maybe touched 2, but I don't know. I just never really stuck with it. So
I played the first part of 1 where you're on Kashyyyk running around killing Wookiees.
Yeah, that's the opening where you start as Vader and you just wreck shop. All these Wookiees just go flying.
wow.
Bit of a dark moment to bring up the week Peter Mayhew passed away, but
Lest we forget.
Valet Peter Mayhew, I'll see you on the battlefield in Kashyyyk forever. Anyway, all right. Should we move on?
Miss Hart needs to give us an answer first.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go on, Hart.
Well, because I thought Knights of the Republic was going to be an answer, I thought I better think outside the box. I'm going to actually put out a game that I loved so much and I can't get my hands on anymore, which is actually Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds.
Tell me more of this, because I've never played it. I've heard you talk about it a few times.
Isn't this
and
a
I've
It's a
seen it
mobile
real-time
game?
out in the
strategy.
bushes.
It's a real-time strategy. It's like, you're, Age of Empires, your StarCraft, you build up, you get to be certain groups. I can't remember which ones it's based off, though. I think it came out around the time of Phantom Menace, 2001 maybe. But
Bang on the money, 2001.
fuck yeah. So you're probably going to see a lot of those more familiar, groups in the universe. But yeah, essentially it's the same thing. It's you build up a base, and then you fight against other people.
It looks exactly like bloody Age of Empires and
I
stuff
think
like
he
that.
plays the Gungans as well.
I'd play that race just to kill them all.
So
Can I, seeing as everyone's giving a serious answer, can I give a serious answer?
no, you had your chance and you blew it.
Please. Just, well, fair enough. All right, it's cool.
No, I'll let you do it.
The
Star
floor is
Wars
yours.
Battlefront 2. But the original one, the first one, it was a fantastic game. Way, 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 way better than the second Star Wars Battlefront 2. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
I'm trying to.
That was on the original Xbox.
There
first, wasn't
was, yeah, it was. It was cool. It had a
Yeah.
fantastic campaign series. It had sort of a domination mode where you're effectively just like capturing planets in the system with whatever army you choose. And there was a whole bunch of, like, not a bunch of classes, but different races you could be. Like, you could be in the droid army, you could be in the stormtrooper army, you could be a
it?
rebel.
Roger.
Yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no,
Roger,
it
Roger.
was
Yeah.
very underrated for its day.
You know what was also
Yeah.
underrated? The Phantom Menace game on PC. I actually enjoyed that one. Just gonna
Yeah,
say it.
and we jokingly made fun of Pod Racer on the Nintendo 64,
enjoyed
but it
that
was
game.
fun.
Yeah, it was actually fun. I love the little like shit talking that you do before you go out as well. Like,
Yeah. So well done. So well done. But yes, so that has been our quick question. So let's pivot into more games about what we've been playing, but maybe in a more recent capacity. Miss Hart, what have you been playing this week?
so I've been playing this like this action role playing game that just got released on this ported onto the Switch. It had been out on PlayStation and PC since 2018, I think. But the game's called The Sword of Ditto, and it got ported onto the Switch just on the 2nd of May. And so this version's called Mormo's Curse, and it's actually a very cute game style-wise. It reminds me a lot of Adventure Time, the way that the characters are drawn and everything. And essentially, it's everything that you would expect in an action role-playing game. Very similar also to like Zelda, where you've got like the D-pad with certain quick items. And the only thing is that you have a certain amount of time to defeat the bad, like the witch, which is called Momo. But if you don't do it in that sequence, then it has like a time kind of skip, and then you get another randomly created character, like hero. And so I've only just started playing it, obviously, because it came out a few days ago. But so far, it's pretty interesting the way that the gameplay is. Very childlike humor, though. Like I'm not against poop jokes, but they really go out of their way to just
They double down on the
they
turds,
double
huh?
down on poop jokes. So
Twos.
yeah, you kind of appreciate it. But the random generated characters was like, it took a while for me to realize that was happening. And this is also co-op. You can play it as co-op as well. So your co-op buddy also gets randomly generated as well. So
Interesting.
weapons are referred to as toys, and then to power up your I swear this is not just a kid's game, there is difficulty. To power up your weapons and armor, you buy stickers, and then the stickers that you add give you buffs.
Everyone loves stickers,
Yeah.
so I can see where they're going.
You eat a burger to build up your health.
Mate, I'm in. So can I ask, you know how you're saying you've got a time limit to play as X character and then it generates a new one? Does it generate that character from that time and place where you are in the story and you keep going, or does it put you back to the start?
It kind of like it loops through so far. So also the world changes as well. So you'll play as a different character. I think so far I've respawned in a different location, and then the world changes as well. So progress wise, I think it's kind of like you start again. So
okay,
yeah.
I like that concept. How long do you sort of get with a character before it sort of cycles you back?
It says 48 hours, although I play it and I swear night and day happens quite a bit. So I don't know
Quickly, yeah.
how they time that. So, but you also
yeah. It
you're dungeon
looks
crawling
cute.
as well. So
Looks
might
cute, and
begin.
I see it's published by your favorites there at
Yes,
Devolver Digital.
which was why my eye was on it. So
Yes.
it seems like it's perfect for the Switch. It seems like a very, very good port for it. It's surprising difficulty. It gives you 3 options where you have obviously super easy, normal, and hardcore. I always do normal, and then if it's too easy, then I go hardcore. But sticking to normal for the moment. But it's cute. It's cute. It has a little bit of difference. I'm just gonna say it makes you read a lot. I got so tired,
Okay.
and you know how sometimes when there's just too much reading, you kind of just start skipping a bit. So
Yeah.
I may have missed some important details that I probably will get told off on. But at this stage, there's a lot of reading. So
Okay. So there's no sort of voice work. It's all just when you're interacting with
No.
with characters in the game. It's just scrolling text along the bottom.
exactly, yeah. You know how they always just do little noises.
Yeah. Little chippy noises or something like that.
Exactly. But it's cute.
Yeah.
So, yes, like I said, it's available on PlayStation and PC, but recently ported onto Switch. So check it out.
Nice. And I see local and sort of just online co-op, which is cool. So
Yeah, which we need more of. Bring back co-op, like adventure co-op.
heckin' yeah.
So, yeah.
Heckin' yeah. Dream, what have you
Yo.
been playing here? Something new, I see.
Yes, something new. Son of a bitch. So I was complaining last week that I didn't have a great new Snap game, and this week Harry Potter Wizards Unite, the latest title from Niantic, finally hit Australia and New Zealand and many other parts of the world. So this is like the Pokemon Go for Harry Potter.
Oh.
Did either of you pick this up during the week?
No.
No, I was too
Didn't
busy playing
quite
Pokemon
have-
Go.
Yeah, I was like looking on Twitter to see if anyone was really going crazy about this, and no, people were going crazy about other things. So, I was a bit underwhelmed by the response to this outright, but I did pick it up and I did play it, and I am playing it. It's interesting. It's very much Harry Potter for Pokemon Go, in that you're walking around, you're going to interesting locations. You're interacting with particular points of interest on a map, and then you have these sort of instances. And I think the best way to describe what you do in this game is to just say what it is instead of what you would have done in Pokemon Go, if that makes sense. So, in this one, instead of having like Pokeballs as the sort of fuel, you have energy for casting spells. Instead of flicking Pokeballs at Pokemon, you're actually tracing specific patterns to defeat. They're called confoundables. Effectively, they're just like a collection of trolls or goblins or gnomes or miscreants in like the Harry Potter universe that have come up and are threatening to... the whole problem is they're threatening to expose magic to muggles, which are like normal people. So that's what you've got to get on board with if you really want to enjoy this game. And Brendan, a moment ago, you said, who doesn't love stickers? I'll tell you who doesn't love fucking stickers. This guy. Because in this game, instead of actually collecting Pokemon and putting them in a Pokedex, you're collecting stickers and putting them in your little sticker book. And it just doesn't have the same allure that having a stacked out Pokedex has. So, like, it's funny because I remember years ago when Pokemon Go came out, I poo-pooed that thing like crazy, and then it turned out to be one of my favorite mobile games ever. So I'm very hesitant to turn around and say that this game's shit, but I'm pretty sure this game is shit. One of the things I did find a really sad amount of joy in was figuring out what my wand is. I decided on Cherry with unicorn hair strand, rock hard, and 9.5 inches, just like real
goodness.
life.
Great.
And
That is
as with,
magical.
yeah, as with anything in the Harry Potter universe, for whatever reason, everyone has a house. Even though we're not technically at Hogwarts. So, of course, I went with Slytherin because they're cunning and they respect intelligence.
Wait, what do you mean you went with? Didn't you get sorted?
Didn't you do the Pottermore?
You don't... I did do Pottermore, and I specifically chose the answers I knew would get me into Slytherin. Like a real Slytherin would.
I was about to say that's something a Slytherin would do. So
Cunning AF. No, you don't get sorted, unfortunately, this one. And it kind of makes sense, you know. People do feel rather strongly about it. Pottermore folk feel rather strongly about the house they get sorted into, I'm sure.
Tell me about it. I'm
it's
still
nice
pissed about
for them
mine.
to pick.
what did you land up in?
Gryffindor.
Ah, I see. Yeah, I ended up in
Interesting.
Ravenclaw.
See, I would prefer
Yeah,
that.
Ravenclaw. Ravenclaw's cool. Hufflepuff's the one you don't want to wind up in.
Yeah.
Hufflepuff are a bunch of pushovers. I just, it's really weird. This game is really odd because I don't think it's going to blow up anywhere near as much as Pokemon Go did. And it's really peculiar because you are actually interacting with a lot of the Harry Potter characters. You're getting messages from Harry. He's just texting you. You save Hagrid. You're saving other characters like 3 or 4 times on a trip home. It doesn't have the catch-em-all, allure and goal that Pokemon has, and that's something that actually really stood out and made Pokemon Go a fantastic game. Was that you have so many different Pokemon to catch.
There's only so many goblins and elves and things that you can turn into stickers.
I mean,
that's it.
If they're restricting it to goblins as well, like Harry Potter universe has tons of like magical, unique creatures. But if they're just leaving it to goblins,
we've all played Pokemon Go, and we've all caught 6 drowsy on the one trip out because it's the only thing around. Like, it's not to say that there's not diversity there, or that there's diversity that exists in Pokemon Go that doesn't exist here. It's just that it's not as fun. Who gives a shit if you defeated goblins for 100th time? But I absolutely want to catch that 100th drowsy to evolve it into a Hypno because I need the candy, and I want to see if the combat power is stronger than the one I have, and all of those little things that made it tick. And I don't know that depth actually exists in Harry Potter. I'm still sort of figuring it out. On a side note, I haven't bumped into Emma Watson, which is pissing me the fuck off.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
I just hang out
I'm
at
sorry
her
to
house.
cuss so much, but I really feel strongly about that. I really wanted to meet Emma.
oh god!
If there was ever a chance,
Give her all my stickers.
Give her all my stickers.
Here,
show
Emma,
my
look
little
at my
sticker book.
scrapbook.
But you know what's also interesting about this? I don't want to harp on too much more, but it really does prove that you could take the Niantic augmented reality formula and apply it to anything semi-popular, and it probably will do okay. Like, I think this game will do okay. There's a lot of Potterheads out there.
Star Wars.
And I think that, if you did it for Star Wars, if you did it for something that makes sense, like Pokemon made sense.
I've got a
big
Jurassic
hit.
Park one, Jurassic World Alive, which is the same thing again, where you catch dinosaurs.
Yeah, you know how I never heard about that game and no one else in the world heard about that game, but somehow you heard about that game? Yeah, think about that. Dinosaur Man.
And I don't play it anymore, but it's still fun.
Yeah, I think it's a really good formula, and I think this game could be really good as well. I'm going to keep playing it. I'm not writing it off. I just think, the stickers thing, man.
How heavy are you into Harry
It comes
Potter
down
though?
to that. Me? My Patronus is a platypus, so I hope that gives you some kind of
No way!
indication.
A platypus is a Patronus.
Yeah.
Aussie
Yeah, I got a
animals,
kingfisher, I think, for mine.
I got a
You got a what?
hyena.
A kingfisher.
You got a kingfisher. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. You got a hyena,
Yeah.
Ali. Interesting. Scavenger. Bit of a scavenger, are you?
Yeah, I don't like it. It says that you're actually quite the joker and manipulative. I don't think that's
Right.
me, but you know.
Have you ever seen Platypie fight?
Platypie? No.
Yeah. Very cool
Do
shit.
you know
They're
they've
like
got
barbed.
they've got a poisonous thumb.
They've got barbed claws.
Yeah.
So
with
thumb
poison.
war
Crazy.
is actually very dangerous with them.
Yeah.
I was just doing 2 thumbs up, which I realized we're on a podcast, so no one else saw that. Anyway, that's me. That's Harry Potter Wizards Unite. Brendan, what about you, mate?
I've been playing a little bit more Mortal Kombat 11. It is still great. As we sort of said in the opening there, check out youtube.com/weare8bit to get my full insights on NetherRealm's latest fighting smash. It's really good. Anyone that loves Mortal Kombat is needing to check this out, or anyone that loves fighting games or just wants to see some zany, violent ways to dismember people. Mortal Kombat 11 is worth your time. But I've also decided to sink some hours into Days Gone. So the new PlayStation 4 exclusive from Ben's studio, another open world zombie apocalypse, action RPG, survival, all that kind of bloody hullabaloo. So is it probably justifying the sort of reception it's getting at the moment? You
It
know,
is
around that
getting
7 out of 10,
sledged.
6 to 7 out of 10? Yes, that is right about where I'd score this thing. Probably 6.5, 7 at this stage. Like, obviously, I haven't finished it yet. I'm maybe probably being generous, maybe a quarter of the way through. From what I hear, it could be upwards of 50 hours worth of game time. The world you're running around in, this post-apocalyptic Oregon is pretty cool. Being a member of the biker gang, you're playing a guy named Deacon St. John. It sounds like a porn star, but yes, Deacon St. John, and your running mate Boozer.
Wow.
You are now like bounty hunters in this post-apocalyptic world. It's sort of set 2 years after this virus runs rampant and pretty well wipes out present day society. So you're trying to survive the freakers, as they call them, not zombies, freakers.
Isn't that a term used in another game?
I don't know.
Freakers.
Maybe.
I swear that's in another game. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Yeah, so you're just sort of making your way through this this sort of freaker-laden Oregon, meeting various survivors, doing fetch quests, doing bounty hunts where you're trying to find members of society that have gone a little bit feral or wild, or invading sort of camps and things like that. You sort of traverse the environment via your way of your trusty steel steed, your motorbike, which handles and drives, or rides I should say, like it's on ice bricks. Like, it is a fucking wild beast to tame, squirting around the countryside in this thing. Obviously, there is skill trees, so you can level up your combat abilities, your survival abilities. You can level up your motorcycle to make it a little less wild on the road, a little less thirsty on the fuel. Because, my God, you get this thing a full tank of gas, and it feels like you squirt around for 10 minutes in-game and you're out of petrol again. Like, the amount of times I'm pushing this bike up a fucking hill trying to find a fuel tank, or, like, running through the wilderness with a fuel tank, getting chased by freakers to sort of, energize my ride, happens far more often than I'd like to admit. So that's a bit of a pain in the ass.
I really don't like this freakers. I don't like it.
Yeah, it annoys me. It's very, like, dude, bro, just dumbed down crap, and a lot of the back and forth with characters is like that too. Like, the way they talk, it feels like you're in an episode of Sons of Anarchy with zombies thrown in it. Like, you're these
It's probably
gruff
how they
bikers.
pitched it too.
Yeah, covered in tats, gruff bikers squirting around on motorcycles, doing bounties, avoiding the undead, or these virus-filled freakers. Combat's okay. There is some clipping issues and sort of rendering issues in environments. There's a few times I was getting chased by hordes of these things is intense. Like, 50 to 100 of these things fucking just on your ass. Like, that's cool. But I had a few moments where I'd see a group of them, and then I climbed up this watchtower, and then they just disappeared off my map. So I'm like, okay, maybe they wandered off further out of eyesight. And then I climbed back down. Then they all just like loaded in right on top of me, and I fucking instant death. I'm like, oh, okay, that happened. So that happens a fair bit, where just enemies will glitch off the screen and then just appear again out of nowhere, either on you or close to you. And yeah, that was a bit of a pain. There's a lot of sort of sizzle reels going around the YouTubes and the internets showcasing similar things like that. So that's a minor grievance, but like, it's fun, but they just don't execute, I think, what they intended to set out to do. Like, and especially when you're comparing it to PlayStation exclusives, like you think of The Last of Us as far as the penultimate, zombie post-apocalyptic game on a Sony platform, and this just feels like it's Red-Headed Stepchild. If you're going to compare the two, like it's nowhere near, the caliber of game that they put together, like Naughty Dog and Co. put together for that. So yeah, it's all right. And I'll keep playing it, and I intend to finish it, but it just misses the mark for me in a few ways. Like, I like the crafting, I like the survival aspects, the foraging, the combat seems pretty responsive. Like, the guns and the melee weapons feel as hard as they would in that world, but yeah, there's just some things that are just off.
Yeah, like, it's one of those things, right? Because you see those particular people out there that are like, I don't get what everyone was upset about. I think the game is good. It's like, cool, awesome, enjoy the game. It just seems like there's a general consensus that a lot of people didn't like the game, or it wasn't to the standard that they were looking for. Do you ever take price point or like any of that into consideration? Because
Sometimes, yeah. Especially when if you see the reviews before purchasing a game, it definitely gives you that slight hesitation. Going, do I pony up full price or discounted JB or whatever it might be to try this game that mass media and everyone is saying is kind of meh. I got given a copy of this game, so I'm lucky in that regard. But would I pay full price for it? Knowing what I know now, no, I wouldn't. But if I could get it for maybe $60-$70, I'd still probably have a crack. Ideally, try and finish it in a week and then return it. But yeah, I don't know. Like, and sort of doubling down on what you said, Ali. Like, it's just everyone thinks that games have to be 10s. It's got to be 9 or above, or it's shithouse. And no, games like this have its place in a person's collection. But yeah, like 6.5 to 7 is not bad. Like, think of school. Like, if you got 65 or 70 on a test, you'd be reasonably happy. Like you passed. It's a pass mark.
Yes,
I wouldn't be too thrilled with that. But it's a game that has like really tired concepts and tropes built into it. Like what were they expecting? Fuck, if you tried to picture me a game where you're a bikie in a zombie apocalypse in 2019, who cares?
I honestly think
it was
they
cool
said,
8 years ago.
Yeah, when Sons of Anarchy was a thing.
Ago.
Yeah.
Hit me with it then.
Yeah, and like there's been delays. Like the game sort of started full production, I think, in 2015. Obviously, it was meant to come out in Feb and got pushed back 2 more months for some more quality of life changes. Then it released, and there was a couple of big patches to try and weed out a lot of the bad blood that came from the early reviews. So I got to play it in a patched version and still encountered some headaches. So
right.
If you're looking for some mindless exploration where you can kill freakers and humans in creative ways and hit the open road on a hog, give it a go. But don't expect perfection, I think, is the best way to look at this game. Like it's fun and it's all right for what it is, but it's overall it's okay. Just okay. Yes. Anywho,
I just want to see that
my
on
rant.
on the game now. Just okay, Brendan.
I'd put my name to that.
Yeah.
I'd put my name to that. All right, quick bit of housekeeping before we jump into some news. Obviously, what we say week in and week out regarding iTunes reviews, podcast reviews, be sure to take the time to rate, review, subscribe on all those podcast platforms. Not only us, but every other card-carrying member of the hashtag 8-Bit Collective. It means an awful lot and helps keep those emotional lights on in our hearts. And while you're there doing good things for 8-Bit as a whole, head on over to patreon.com/weare8bit and throw some money behind us if you can. Starting from as little as $1, you're going to get exclusive perks and access to merch, swag giveaways, also getting immortalized in the family portrait, which is underway. And we'll be showing some of those finished versions of that throughout May as our artist Matty Dyrol works hard on putting 30-odd people into a massive family portrait. I'm very excited to see the finished product. So patreon.com/weare8bit. Episode 5 of the 8-Bit Cast has been now open and available to all. And episode 6, which is a one-on-one with Cruzy and our boy Jono after NATO pulled out at the 11th hour to join that episode, is available exclusively here at patreon.com/weare8bit for the low price of $1. So check that out. And also a big thank you to Audio-Technica for looking after us since day one. They have the best in audio equipment in the industry. We're talking headphones, microphones, turntables, in-ear, over-ear, gaming headsets, you name it. And they've also probably got just about the best streetwear in the market, or at least in parallel with us. I think we're both pretty great as far as wearable swag from the geeky and gaming space. So audio-technica.com.au for the best in equipment. Check it out. You will never hear and sound better. On to some
This week's news headlines.
A quick hit comes via way of Salim the Dream Abraham.
Whoa.
Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward expansion is free for a limited time. Players who own Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn will be able to obtain the expansion for free and in perpetuity until the end of June.
Yes. This is for the PC version only, so it's not available to anyone who's playing on the PlayStation. But yeah, you can get the second expansion, Heavenswood, for free. Sorry, the first expansion for free, Heavenswood. If you just log into the Lodestone, which is the online portal, to obtain it until the end of June. This is obviously a bit of a ploy in the lead up to the new expansion that's coming out in the very near future, Shadowbringers. It's not there's still another expansion called Stormblood, which you don't get if you get this. So you still need to get Stormblood, then you get Shadowbringers. But still, yeah, it's weird. Final Fantasy XIV is a great game. I really like it. I would totally rate it, but at the same time, there's no servers in Australia or close to Australia, so there's latency issues all the time. It's a pain in the ass. And there's also not very many people that play the game, at least here in Australia, so it's very hard to connect to other people and find other players. So, I don't know. I'd still get it. Free's good. Free's free.
Free is free.
Free's
So log
free,
in.
but
I will be logging in to get it, because I don't have Heavenswood.
it sounds like a tough
PC.
free for us Australian gamers, though. It's good to have, but
I don't know,
ping
man.
and that latency and that lack of player base you were saying, it's
Maybe-
you're not painting a good picture here.
Maybe the NBN will sort all of that out in 2081. I don't know.
Yes, where the 67th expansion for Final Fantasy 14, I should say, has been released.
Yeah. We'll see.
Dragon
We will
Shield
see.
or something.
Dragon's balls.
It's probably
Yes.
close. Yeah, it's probably not too far off. All right.
Unicorn pubes. Okay. Which is in Salim the Dream's wand in that Harry Potter game we talked about before. Okay, next little quick hitter.
It's my porn
Goodbye
star name.
Anthem. Hello Dragon Age 4. Key BioWare staff move on to Dragon Age 4, and this comes via way of Tyler Fisher at comicbook.com. Over the past couple of weeks, 3 key members of Anthem's development team, lead director Jonathan Warner, lead producer Michael Gamble, and executive producer Mark Darrah, all have left Anthem development behind. The former is poised to return to the game following his sabbatical, but the other 2 are going back to work on Dragon Age 4. And while this was somewhat expected, it still doesn't look good for a game that needs all the hands it can get at the moment. My goodness, what a absolute dumpster fire Anthem has been, or BioWare have been, for the 2 releases with Anthem and Mass Effect Andromeda. Like, this pains me. This really, really pains me. Like, I'm BioWare tragic, love what they do, but I don't know what's going on behind closed doors over there as far as direction and execution, but this is 2 subpar releases with so much hype behind it. Like, Anthem, I still haven't finished that game, and I have no inclination, no, itch to go back and do it. I could not give a rat's ass, and that sucks.
Yep. I played the demo, and straight from it, I had no temptation to buy that game. So, and I feel really bad because, I've been a part of Discord groups where, there were the Anthem faithfuls, then they were still playing it, but then slowly and surely I saw them saying, hey, anyone playing right now? I need to finish this, and then it's just slowly and surely, and then I saw...
Crickets.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good-looking game. There was a lot of good designs in there, but by golly, that game bored the shit out of me. I know I'm a Destiny player, but still, it bored the shit out of me. So,
Had a really nice coat of paint, but underneath that, it just seemed very hollow.
completely rusty. Yeah. And I guess learn from your mistakes, move forward.
Yeah, see, but blind me's yes, Dragon Age 4, it's gonna save BioWare and bring them back into the good graces, but it's
but it will.
Will it really?
Yeah, I think
hope.
so. What? You don't think Dragon Age 4 will be fantastic? It's not an MMO, is it?
Well, it's
I don't know that. I'm just guessing that it's going to be like
No,
Dragon
it's-
Age Inquisition.
yeah, it's pretty much Mass Effect in medieval fantasy times.
Yeah,
really.
yeah. Which is
But Andromeda
fantastic.
kind of was painful to me.
Yeah,
Aw.
but yeah.
Show
you're
me
right.
where the
You-
games industry touched you, Brendan.
on the dot.
Oh, right in the
Right
heart.
here in the heart.
I'm wondering if this obsession with games as a service is sort of ruining the experience of a lot of these games. They make fantastic single player games. They should just stick to what they know. And Mass Effect Andromeda, is it really a bad game?
It was all right. Like it was. I think I gave it a 6.5 to 7 when
It's a pass, Ali. That's a pass.
Thank
Yeah.
you for letting me know.
That's all right. Yeah, okay. So 6.5 is not great, but like, do you base that on a lot of the graphics and the face?
Oh, those
what do you call it?
animations, yeah.
The animation, the facial animations as the people talk, like they just look soulless. Like, are you basing a lot of that on that, or are you basing it on the plot or the gameplay?
Everything. Like I finished the game. I played it front to back. Did pretty well just about every side quest. So I got the full immersion, but it just didn't feel like the prior 3 games in that Mass Effect world. It just felt like almost like you look what we just talked about before. It was like Days Gone to The Last of Us. It just sort of felt like that sort of jump off where it's trying to do the same type of thing, but not
Stuck
quite
away.
there.
Yeah.
And they had to have their multiplayer game because that's where your microtransactions usually lay, especially with cosmetic changes, which I didn't have any for. Like there wasn't many, so.
Well, I for one am happy to hear that Dragon Age 4 is being worked on and look forward to playing it down the line because.
And what
I'm a
style
big
game
fan of
is it,
Dragon
Sam?
Age. What?
I said, what style game is it that you can't wait to play?
It's going to be an RPG. It's just going to be a single player RPG.
You just got that 65 to 70 pass mark there for that answer.
Yay!
It's correct. It's correct. Thank you very much. I'll for bonus points, it'll have a personality. No, what do you call it? Where it's like good and bad. You can have like good and bad decisions. Fuck, it's completely escaping me now.
Yeah. Like Renegade and Paragon from Mass Effect type of thing.
There's like an influence system where the things you do influence the activity in the world. I'm gonna shut up now. We all know where I'm going with this. Fuck, there's a term for this, guys. Come on, we've been doing this for 149 episodes now. See, I'm getting mad at you for my shortcoming.
I don't know what you want me to answer with.
It's almost like it's like a good and a bad cycle. Like I can't remember the exact term.
There's a term for it. All right, anyway, let's move on. It'll come back to me.
Okay, so the juggernaut known as Epic Games, they're at it again, with Epic Games acquiring Rocket League studio Psyonix. This is via way of Adam Bankhurst at IGN. Fortnite creator Epic Games has announced that it has acquired Psyonix, the studio behind the wildly successful Rocket League, which first released on PlayStation 4 and PC in 2015, and in 2018 it has surpassed 50 million players. So Psyonix revealed the news on its blog and promises that this will only bring about positive changes for Rocket League and its community. According to Psyonix, Rocket League always has been and always will be a community-driven game, and now that we have joined forces with Epic, we'll be able to serve our community in even bigger and better ways. As for the changes, in the short term, Psyonix claims nothing will change at all. In the future, it plans on bringing Rocket League to the Epic Games Store and will grow the game in ways it couldn't before. While not mentioned in Psyonix's announcement, The Verge has stated that after Rocket League is brought to the Epic Games Store later this year, it will no longer be available on the Steam Store. When reached for comment, a spokesperson for Psyonix said, "We cannot comment on speculation. We can say that Rocket League remains available for purchases on Steam for the time being, and long-term plans will be announced in the future." End quote. So Epic and that big old dick swinging around again. Here we go. They are just acquiring studios left, right, and center. They are. Well, a black hole is probably a negative term, but they're in that sort of style at the moment where they're just sucking up everything that they can and absorbing it into this giant Epic Games ecosystem. And then, the controversy at the back there where they pretty much did not say that it's coming off Steam in several months' time, but reading between the lines there, it sounds like this is going to be an Epic Games Store exclusive in the very near future.
What happens to people that already own the game then?
I think they'll still be able to play. Maybe they'll get sort of a key to download via the Epic Games Store, because it still all does push and play, and all the games and the servers are all held through the Epic portal anyway, aren't they? Once you
I've never played Sorry, I've never played this game, so I just thought once they remove it from the store, I wasn't too sure what actually happens after that point. But yeah. Do you reckon Epic's just going around with a suitcase and just going to all these specific companies and just being all Godfather and got an offer that you can't refuse?
It's the suitcase from Pulp Fiction. They just pop it open in front of these studios and they just go, oh my God, I need this. And then they're in.
It's a higher turnover. Yeah, well, so they've also mentioned that they've already been getting review bombed on Steam.
Yep. The in typical gaming community fashion, they're like, hey, you're doing something that we don't agree with. We're going to tank the fuck out of your game on your existing platform. So, yes, review bomb aplenty on Steam for Rocket League at the moment. So, yep, hell hath no fury than a neck-bearded gamer, that's for sure.
I appreciate everyone's dedication towards Steam. Just trying to keep everything in the Steam space and everything. But I think Valve's trying to change the system for when photobombing happens. Photobombing. Ugh.
Photo bopping.
Yeah.
Bombing.
Review bombing. They're actually going to start, as soon as they notice that there's a pattern going with review bombing, they're going to make sure that those scores don't actually contribute to the overall score. So, but
yeah. And with that, like what they've done now is you can sort of see like the recent review arc for it. So you can sort of look at it from a micro or macro level where it can be from the year down to the month, down to a week. So you can sort of see if it has been on average, 4.5 out of 5, and then it drops to 1 out of 5. You can see where that, that angry outrage has come in.
Although that's bad because sometimes certain games release patches and that's when you also see drops. So,
but what's Steam's incentive to even do that? If it's going off of Steam, why wouldn't they just let it tank?
I think sometimes the scoring...
I know it's unethical, but
I think
funny.
the review scores actually do have some kind of impact in regards to the Steam store, whether it's in regards to its placement in like recommendations, charting. Steam's got its whole chart system as well. Whether it has, I guess then it has an impact on sales, so then that affects Steam. So if a popular game gets review bombed, unless people are buying it because it's not up there in the charts, then it affects Steam.
Yeah, but sadly, it's becoming more and more commonplace. These you hear the announcement of said new game from an IP is going to be jumping on Epic, so all the existing PC Steam users go, you know what? Then your first, your second entry, you're done. Bad review.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna start seeing like exactly what happens, like when with all these these new games that are Borderlands, like. What actually happens? Are people going to like pay with their wallets? Are people going to are they going to wait? Or are they just not going to get the game? Like, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see, really.
It's just a strange thing to me. Like, I love my Xbox and sort of as far as my favorite out of my video game platform-based children, it's probably my favorite. But if a game is launching exclusively somewhere else, I'm not going to go and tank it. Like, I want to play the game. I don't care where I'm playing it as long as when I'm playing it, it's going to still be the best experience. Like, I don't care if I have to have an Epic Store client or an Origin client. Like, if I've got to click and log into one extra thing that takes me 10 seconds, like, if that's the biggest problem in my day, then I don't really have any problems. But
yeah, I'm a stingy
that rage
bastard.
culture.
I'm an absolute stingy bastard, and Epic won't move. If there's something strictly on Epic and Epic's just delegating the pricing to me, I mean... that will have a burden on whether I'll purchase something or not.
Well,
Yeah.
it's also not necessarily just the client that you're playing it through that's the issue. It's the features that are associated with each storefront. So there's a ton of stuff on Steam that just doesn't exist on Epic Games Store. There's a great little side-by-side comparison that I'm looking at the moment that this person at Celay's tweeted, where it's like, on Steam, you have third-party keys. On Epic, you don't. Steam has account sharing. It has, big picture TV mode. It has achievements. It has broadcasting. Epic has none of that. Has cloud saves. Epic doesn't have that. Has cross-platform account connection, which Epic does have. Early access, yep. Forums, no. Gifting, no. Groups, no. Inventory support, no. Library sorting, no. Like, there's all of these things on Steam that exist there that Epic just doesn't have at the moment. And you're not touching... it's not like about a new game. It's existing IP that works perfectly where it is, and you're ripping it right out of the place that people love to play it on. So I can totally understand why people are frustrated by this.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, in 12 months' time, I'd put a good amount of money that all those no's are now yeses on an Epic Store. Like, it'll all be there and then more. But yes, like in this infant sort of stage of Epic Game Store, it's certainly the watered down light version of Steam where you are missing those features. But I guess it's tough because I'm not like, I play a lot of PC games, but I'm not sort of based around Steam. Like, that's not my core ecosystem where I use all those features. Like, if I want to play a game, I'll just jump on and play it. I don't care about forums and everything else, but I understand where that outrage would come from existing users.
But you need it now. Like, if you want to really set yourself up as a competitor in this marketplace, like, you need to really have that now. And you don't need it now because of a game like Rocket League. Who gives a shit? It's games like Borderlands 3 that you need that now for, because that's going to be the make and break. If you're getting 6 months of exclusivity before Steam gets it, you know, you really are making people decide between waiting 6 months and getting it on Steam because they feel so strongly against how shit Epic is, or getting it on Epic, on the Epic Game Store.
Or just on console. That's what I'm doing. I'm like,
or
yeah,
just
I'll
on
get it on
console.
PC. I'll go console.
You try and
Yeah.
talk to a PC person, a PC faithful about getting anything on console, and they'll stick a keyboard right where the sun don't shine, my friend.
As a PC faithful, I almost contemplated getting it on console because I love Borderlands. I really don't want to wait for it, but in the same sense, I don't want to get it on the Epic Store. I don't.
Yeah.
There
There you go.
I just want to say I love that, like, these little features that you pointed out that the Portal doesn't have yet, like gifting, friend, like all that sort of stuff. The one thing that they actually got implemented pretty quickly was supporting a content creator with your purchases. That kind of got launched earlier this year, I think.
With Fortnite, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So they have the ability to, for people buying stuff to support a content creator, only if you buy it through the Epic Store, though. So anytime the new game comes out and, your favorite streamer, they're going to be playing it, they'll want your support. And if you're a loyal fan, you will go to the Epic Store and you'll put your titty streamer 469, 420, 69 into the little code thing. So then your streamer gets money as well.
How
makes
did you
me
know my
so
new
mad.
Twitch ID?
That makes me so
I'm your first
mad.
follower, Brendan. Come on.
I can't tell you how
It's those
angry
low-cut
that makes
tops.
me. I can't tell you how pissed off that makes me.
Yeah. So the whole,
my God.
getting a content creator to like push your content out, get people on board with Epic Game Store, like that's already in play. That's already raring to go.
All right, cool. Let's finish on a high, shall we? Is there any more good news, or is that it?
Oh,
We're
yes.
finishing on a low?
This next bit of news, peak internet rage culture personification. For those that are unaware, the debut trailer for the Sonic movie, which is coming out on November 7th, was released this week. Turned the world into meltdown, and on the back of that, we have this article. Sonic movie director says studio hears criticism and character redesign is going to happen. And this comes via way of Matt Wales at Eurogamer. So eyebrows across the internet have been arched dramatically ever since the first images of Paramount's Sonic the Hedgehog movie and its highly controversial Sonic redesign were revealed. But now the film's director has promised that following sustained criticism of celluloid Sonic's new looks, changes to the character are, in quotes, going to happen. There's been little in the way of positive sentiment around the new look Sonic, right from the character's early reveal. Paramount opted to go its own way, foisting its own weird version of the character, a beady-eyed, semi-humanoid, hairy mess of an effort, onto a less than enthusiastic world. And the disapproval only grew louder once everyone finally got to see the thing in motion. After several days of incessant ridicule aimed at the Sonic movie following the unveiling of its first proper trailer, Jeff Fowler, director of the film, has taken to Twitter to let the world know that the disdain has been heard. He says, "Thank you for the support and the criticism. The message is loud and clear. You aren't happy with the design and you want changes." And then the news, that made the internet exhale like a billion slowly deflating balloons. In quotes, it's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are fully committed to making this character the best he can be. So, 6 months out from this movie's release, they are going to do full CG redesigns on Sonic on the back of the internet's outrage what do you think? Like, maybe from a macro and a micro level, you watch the trailer, what were you feeling on the movie as a whole? And then maybe we can talk from a micro level.
I cried.
how it
I
looks.
was so upset. I'm a Sonic kid. Like, I'm a Sega kid. Like, I grew up with the Sega. This is like, I feel like this is my life growing up, where it's like, no matter what, I'm never going to be good enough. And then they release this movie, and it's still like, ah! And I don't understand why Robotnik has a small mustache through most of the trailer. At the end, I know he has that really cool epic thing, but there's just so much missing in there. And I really wanted it to be good because it has Jim Carrey in it. And Sonic is actually voiced by Ben Schwartz. Some people would know him from Parks and Rec. I really, really wanted to support this, but after seeing that trailer, I was just like, they're lost. They just got absolutely no clue.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Like, the trailer is cut over Coolio's Gangster's Paradise.
Did I miss a memo? What the hell was that about?
The character model's a bit strange. Like, yeah, I don't get it. Like, I love the Sonic games, and they have a dear part of my childhood, but do we need a Sonic movie? No. Are we getting one? Yes. At the moment, does it look kind of shithouse? In my opinion, kind of yeah. Will I maybe watch it opening week just because Archer's seen the trailer and he's all about it now? Yeah. But I don't know. Dream, where's your stance on the Sonic movie?
I don't have one. I don't give a shit. This is a kid's movie. And I hear your argument, Ali, but you're a grown-ass woman. And this is a game from 25, 30 years ago, however long ago it is.
Am I?
This is not a movie for you. And it's not a movie for me or Brendan. This is a movie that they think is going to maybe get some of us in because of the nostalgia. But ultimately, it's an IP that appeals to children more than it would appeal to adults. And just because it's from your era doesn't mean that it necessarily has to still appeal to you. The same way that Pokemon Detective Pikachu has no real appeal to me.
But it does to me.
But it does.
And
but
I
it
love
does in that
Pokemons.
it does look good. I totally see that. But this is more of a kids film now than it is anything else. And it, like, anything on top of that is great. Like, any broader appeal it gets will only do it service. But they're not making an R-rated Sonic film.
So you're saying that they're not, you don't think Paramount are not going out there with that intention of let's get the kids, but let's get the adults that grew up with it as well, because hey, that's money.
No, I think they absolutely, first and foremost, are getting the kids, and you can totally tell that by the trailer, because the trailer is so focused on G and PG style humor. Because they're trying to refresh the IP for people who are much, much younger. They're not trying to refresh the IP for you.
You're right, Sam. I forgot how much the young kids love Gangster's Paradise.
They don't know Gangster's Paradise. They don't know.
No,
they don't get the connotation.
So why was that in the trailer?
That's not why it's in there. They're not in. Are you serious? Do you think that they really, as I walk through the valleys of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left? Do you think that at all connects with Sonic for anyone? It doesn't. That's a fucking dumb choice. But it's a cool song, and it sounds cool seeing someone amp themselves up to go running. This is not about making a great movie to pander to the people who were around when Sonic was released. This is about refreshing the IP. Yeah, the internet went nuts because Sonic looks weird as fuck. He totally does. But like, who cares? Like, Brendan, you just said a moment ago, yeah, you're going to be seeing this opening week because Archer saw it and is all about it now. And that's exactly what this movie trailer should be doing. It should be getting young kids hyped. It shouldn't be setting the internet on fire, but somehow did. I don't know. I could care less about this film.
So here's the perspective that I'm going with, is that the Pikachu movie, right? Detective Pikachu. When I heard that they were making that movie, I was like, oh God, no, I don't want them to touch something that I love so much. But with every trailer that they released, it grabbed me, it attached to me. It was amazing. So I'm
But
going
this
to go
is-
see that movie.
This is part of the problem. You don't own the IP, and it's not about like building something that's going to be different to your expectations. It's them taking it in whatever direction they want, and people feeling like they have some kind of ownership over this IP because they have a relationship and a connection to it. Like, if they want to do, you know, and also the thing about Detective Pikachu is this is a franchise that has not at all moved out of the public view all in the last 21 years. This is a franchise that has remained incredibly successful and incredibly strong. Sonic is completely out of sight and out of mind for so many people now. And so, you know, Pokemon Detective Pikachu gets Ryan Reynolds, and Sonic that was slated to have what's his name from Parks and Rec, Star-Lord.
It was meant to be Chris Pratt, wasn't it?
It was meant to be Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Instead they got Chris Pratt's
James
poor man's
Marsden.
version, and yeah, they get Ben Schwartz, but like that's not the biggest draw in the world either. Like, there's a big difference between how these two studios can approach making these two films, just based on how much money is going to be behind each of them, and how much love and existing, stickiness they have for people. And I think, again, just like the reason people are so shitty about Sonic is because they feel like they have a right to be shitty about Sonic, when really it's been 20 years since you probably played the first Sonic game, or however long it's been. I don't know. I just feel like you don't have ownership over that, and that's why we find ourselves in these weird toxic internet shitstorms, is because people get mad about touching the things I love.
So here's the thing, right? I feel like every person has a right
Tekken
to have
has
some-
suffered 3 bad films, and you never hear me bitch and moan about it at all, ever.
So, first of all, I'm bitching and moaning right now because I'm on a podcast and the question got posed to me. However, on Twitter, I didn't say anything. I don't extend my point out or anything like that, because I believe rage culture should not be supported in this sense, which I was actually going to talk about, where now Paramount said, okay, we're going back, we're fixing it. I don't think that's a great thing, because then that tells a lot of people out there, oh, if you bitch and complain enough, you get your way.
You get what you want, yeah.
Exactly.
That is
Gross.
a great point.
So
That is a great
I'm
point.
actually really against this kind of stuff. What I was asked was, how did I feel about the trailer? And I said a lot of things that I hold dear to my childhood got crushed, because there was the opportunity there to see a lot of things that were memorable to my childhood to this stage. And it
feel
didn't.
bad
It
now.
didn't hit the mark. Did I expect it
Somehow
to?
I feel bad now for everything I've just said. You make me feel awful.
You were saying on your opinion to me specifically. Unfortunately, Sonic does have a lot of stuff to my childhood, but I still believe with these kind of nostalgia trips, they do want to appeal to both markets. Hence why they are changing it. So, like,
I do agree.
I agree. It's totally for kids as well. But I know that they're out there aching to grab, all the people that grew up with it as well.
I do agree. I do agree. Sorry, Brenna. I do agree that they are trying to appeal to both markets, and that's totally the intention. But in my mind, I just think you prioritize one for sure, and that's got to be kids, because off the back of this, there will be toys, there will be more video games aimed at kids. They want to, it makes sense to expand the IP to the demographic that you can totally pitch it to, and it's never going to be adults. Even though it is something that's nostalgic and it holds like a special place in a lot of people's hearts, adults aren't going to buy toys. They might buy figurines or whatever, but they're not going to buy toys.
No, yeah,
And
that
kids
makes
are more
sense.
likely to buy video games within the Sonic world than adults are. I don't know. I just feel like those would appeal also to kids more than adults. But anyway, Brendan, sorry, I cut you off.
It's just a tough place to be, because there is still recency bias, I think, with gamers. Like, because you bought Sonic Mania, didn't you, when it came out?
Yeah.
2 years or so ago. So there is still a core audience of adult gamers that are still very attached to the franchise, that have recent feelings of that title, seeing how Sonic looks, acts, and plays in a game that was, released a year and a half or so ago. So there is still some rawness there. But yeah, you do need to try and
There are infinitely
disconnect.
more kids out there that don't have a connection than there are adults that do. You know what I mean? Like, you have a whole new market out there. So what do? Do you go forward, or do you just kind of get held back by the chains of the past?
Actually, and kind of how I stated at the start of this is that being a Sega kid and being a Sonic fan, I'm growing up, I'm constantly getting shat on. I don't know if any of you have even dipped your toe into the fandom. Just dipped your toe out there. Don't. It's a crazy whirlwind of like creepy sexual pictures, pregnant Sonics and other stuff, and it's like there's some great stuff out there, don't get me wrong, but there's this dark side out there as well that I have unfortunately been exposed to, and I just go, why do things that
It's
I
like some sexy
get tainted?
Bowsette style stuff.
Huh?
This is like sexy Bowsette stuff, isn't it?
Oh, like I can't even say half the stuff that I found on there because it perplexes me, and some of it's just very graphic, but it's a little fucked up. So
Yeah.
And the problem is that you'll see the age of like what some of these, and it's like young teens and stuff like that, because Sonic isn't like Sonic. You're right, is not the same level as Pokemon, and I'm never going to say it is. But like they still have the cartoon series that are in regular rotation.
Sonic Boom and stuff like that.
Yeah, so like it's around, it's there, it's on the TV for the kids. For the kids. So yeah, that it's still around, it's still picking up kids, and but.
Hey kids, you want some Sonic?
You want a gold ring?
Get into this Sega van.
Right. Get your mind out of the gutter. Come on, guys.
But like I guess sort of doubling back and closing off what you were saying, Dream, where they're trying to look forwards but not be tied down to the past. But like the internet has just made them go both ways. Yeah, like they're trying to reimagine this character and make it marketable and relatable to the younger generation, but then all us old hats, well, not us, we weren't on the raging publicly like some of these other people were, but like due to that rage culture in gaming, now they're going to spend tens of millions of dollars, no doubt, on CGI modifications to this Sonic model 6 months out from when this movie's meant to be released. Like they even said that they're not going to push the release of this, probably generate crunch, which is something else that runs rampant in this gaming space due to these gamers getting shitty about what they think Sonic should look like.
Yeah. And the
world we live in.
The other thing about this is I never knew how they were going to apply Sonic into this real world universe. Like my real question was, the main thing about Sonic is he's freeing these animals because Dr. Robotnik is like, turning them into robots and modifying them and all that sort of crap. So I'm like, are they going to have like modified, like tested animals and robotic like attachments on these cute fuzzy animals and stuff?
Brendan, Brendan, take Archer to see it and let him have a great time. That's it. That's the end of it. That's really all you can do. Take your kids to see it. Just have a good time. Let the kids have a good time. Let them enjoy it. This will never appeal to anyone outside of kids, especially now.
I'm the one thing I'm kind of excited for is to see more quirky, insane Jim Carrey, because we don't see anywhere near as often of that as we used to. So I'm excited to maybe see him go full crazy 90s Jim Carrey again. I think that could be fun. But outside of that, yeah, I'm going in with zero expectations for watching this movie when it comes out.
Yeah.
But something that I think the world can universally have fun and enjoyment via is the internet sensation known as Clan or Sham.
The internet sensation. Yes.
Yes. So for those unaware of what in God's name Clan or Sham is, it is a game where I will be hosting, and our two competitors here, Miss Ali Hart, Salim the Dream Abraham, they're going to be guessing through various Fortnite clans that I have encountered and discovered through the internet. These are all actual Fortnite pro teams where I am mixing in a real pro team with several fake ones. So they need to guess if the clan is in fact a clan or are they a sham. So without further ado, we'll jump into the first round. And the first clan I wanted to mention is Team Memorial. Team Eulogy, and Team Requiem. So, Dream, I'm going to throw it over to you. What do you think
grim.
Team Memorial is? Clan or Sham?
Wait, do I pick the one that's a sham, or are they all potentially shams, or are they all potentially clans?
I'm going to read them all back to you again, and you got to say that's a clan or that's a sham. Then I'll jump to Ali, and she can do the same.
Oh, right, I see. Okay, so Team Memorial?
Team Memorial.
I think that's got to be a sham.
Okay. Team Eulogy.
It just doesn't sound cool. All right, what about Team Eulogy? Am I answering again?
Yeah, you do all three, then I'll grab all three from Miss Hart, and then we'll jump on to the next one.
Right. Team Eulogy. Sorry, can I just say, is there a possibility that they could all be shams?
Maybe.
All right, cool. All right. Team Eulogy. Fuck. I feel like that's one that could kind of be a clan, because it's like, yeah, I gave you your eulogy and then I popped you.
The logic is sound.
Yeah. Because I think the last one, Requiem, is definitely a clan, because it's just a cool word. But a Requiem and a eulogy are kind of similar. Yeah, I'm just going to go with clan for this one, because I feel like some dumb 14-year-old could probably come up with it and think it's cool.
Okay.
14-year-old me would have come up with this. You know, dumb 14-year-old me would have come up with that.
Team Eulogy in the early, Tekken Tag days, Merc and Dogs.
Yeah, well, at 28, I'm still saying Merc and Dogs, so you can imagine how, verbose I was when I was 14.
Yeah.
How
I don't even know
articulate I
what
might have
Merkin
been. Merc is actually a word. Surprisingly. In the Urban Dictionary. Team Requiem is also a real clan for sure, I reckon.
Okay, so that's a clan. All right, so Miss Hart, we'll throw it over to you. Team Requiem, what do you reckon?
I mean, that just sounds so token to me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that's a clan.
What about Team Eulogy? Team Eulogy.
What's the first one?
Team Memorial.
Team Memorial sounds like where you go to pay respects to your fallen team members. That's the thing. But you know what's interesting about that, Ali? I can also see dumb 14-year-old me coming up with Team Memorial.
So could I. And then this is where I start playing mind games with Brendan, and where he's making up this game, and he looks up the first one, and he goes, yeah, all right, Team Memorial. And he goes, what's something like a memorial? And he goes, like a eulogy. And then he goes...
Yeah. Playing the man, I like that. Interesting strategy. Let's see how it plays off.
That's why I said that's the only way a person can win this game, is just by thinking about how Brendan thinks.
Yeah, that's not safe. So do that at your own peril. So Team Eulogy, Miss Hart. Team Eulogy.
I feel like eulogy is something that a bunch of kids would be like, because, we read you your death. So I'm going to say it's a clan.
Okay, and then Team Memorial?
They could all be clans, couldn't they?
They could.
Maybe.
They could.
No, that's Hilda Head said one's not. I'm going to say Memorial just doesn't sound right. It doesn't roll off the tongue. Team Memorial.
So you going Sham?
I'm going to go Sham.
Can I change my Memorial answer to clan?
Ooh.
You sure can.
Yeah, and can I give you my rationale here, Ali?
Yep, go for it.
There are so many fucking people that play this game that there should be just about anything. Any word put out there is probably a clan.
Yeah.
Anything that remotely sounds cool or related to death.
Remember, I did say that these are Fortnite professional teams.
Oh,
This
what?
isn't just-
No. Oh, well then back to
change
Sham.
it.
You are locked in.
Locked in. You didn't say professional, you son
Yeah,
of a
I did.
bitch.
Yeah, I
Did you?
did. Yep.
But in saying
History will tell.
professionals these days are 14-year-olds, so...
True.
Freaking hell.
Okay, so the first round, Team Memorial. Dream, you pivoted to clan, and Miss Ali stood pat on Sham. Miss Ali is correct.
Hey.
You son of a bitch, Brendan.
Team Eulogy, you both went clan. You are both incorrect.
Ooh.
It's alright.
And then Team Requiem, you both said clan, and you were both correct.
Yeah.
That is
was
a
the
professional
obvious one.
organization that originated in France in 2016.
Team Requiem.
Team Requiem. Moving on to the next one. Demon Gaming, Ghost Gaming, and Monster Gaming. Demon Gaming. I might just get both your answers for this one as we go to maybe make it a bit quicker.
All right.
So Demon Gaming, Dream, is that a clan or a sham? Demon Gaming.
That's a sham from me. Professional? Pro? Are we talking pro?
Yeah. So
What's
these are
pro?
all,
Describe pro to me. Have they participated in one competition?
These are all ranked professional Fortnite teams. So they have
Demon Gaming.
They have been on some kind of global stage
Got to be
in
a clan.
some regard.
Demon's got to be a clan. That's a clan.
Okay, so you've pivoted to clan. Miss Hart, what say you on Demon Gaming?
I don't know. Demon. Yeah,
Say
I feel
sham.
like that has to be it has to be a clan, right? Like that's what kids do.
Say sham. Do it.
Fine, I'll say
Yeah,
sham.
okay, that's
for the
my
sake of that.
rationale. Yeah,
Okay,
Demon.
Ghost Gaming, Dream, clan or sham?
Let Ali answer first. I'm sick.
Okay, Ali.
I'm sick of answering
I
first.
feel like Ghost Gaming is a clan.
Okay, what about you, Dream?
Ghost Gaming. Ghost Gaming. What's the last one?
Monster Gaming.
Fuck, they're all clans. They're all clans.
They're all clans? Okay, so
Yeah,
I'm going to
lock
lock
me in.
you
Don't
in
even ask for the
for
next one.
a clan on Monster. What about you, Miss Hart?
My final answers are their clans. Like
That's a clan as
Monster
well?
as well. Yeah, I figure Monster Energy Drink must have get their hand in something.
Okay, so Fortnite
Is there another round
professional
after
clans.
this?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yep.
You
So
win.
Demon Gaming, Dream, you said clan. Ali, you said sham. Ali, you are correct.
Yay!
It's a sham.
It's a
Thank
sham.
you for making me change my mind, Sam.
You said clan. I thought you said clan.
Nope.
No, you told me to say it was a sham.
Oh, really? I did. but
Yeah,
I
you
thought
told
said
me to
clan.
say it was a sham. I went,
Oh,
all right.
All right. Fuck.
Ghost Gaming, you are both correct. It is a clan. They are a North American outfit that originated in 2017. And the last one, Monster Gaming, is not a professional Fortnite clan. You are both incorrect.
Oh,
You
well.
idiots.
I will be taking that name. And also taking Monster Energy Drink as my sponsor.
Okay, so I'm going to jump to the final trio of clans or shams. I will skip the other two because this is dragging on a lot longer than I anticipated.
The other two. Fuck.
Okay, so the first clan, Samurais in Kimonos. The next
I
clan
love it.
is Assassins in Underwear. And the final clan is Ninjas in Pajamas. So Dream, Samurais in Kimonos, clan or sham?
Sham.
Sham? Okay,
Yeah.
Miss Hart?
Clan.
Oh, I like that we're getting different answers because that could
win
lead
this.
to obviously
I could win it here.
some scoring. Okay, so Assassins in Underwear, Dream,
Ali,
clan or sham?
Ali, what do you think of that one?
Okay.
Assassins in Underwear?
Yes.
Oh, you know what? I just realized that this is pro teams. Ah, fuck it. Clan.
Clan?
Sham.
Okay.
Sham.
You going to sham?
Yep.
And the last one, Ninjas in Pajamas, Dream, clan
Clan.
or sham?
I reckon that's a clan.
Ali?
Clan.
Ah, you mathematical son of a b.
Okay.
Now we can draw.
So, Samurais in Kimonos, Dream says sham, Ali says clan. Dream, you are correct. They are not a professional Fortnite clan.
Damn it.
Assassins in Underwear, Dream says clan.
No, I said sham.
Ali says clan.
Yeah.
Dream says sham.
Jumped so quickly.
Dream, you are also correct again.
Yes! Yes!
And the last one, Ninjas in Pajamas. You both said clan. And you are both correct. They are a professional organization out of Europe that have been around since 2000.
Perfect round bonus point?
Okay.
Alright, cool, I win. Yes!
What did you say?
I get a perfect round bonus point.
Because you got all these
Ah.
answers right.
And you said yes.
I didn't hear that. Fuck.
Well, you
okay.
did say yes.
Okay.
And just
So-
like you locked him into the first answer as well, like I guess.
Yeah,
you should-
Brendan.
Yeah.
I'm locking you into that.
Why am I such a team player? God
I
damn
don't
it.
know. I don't know, but looks like I take out this clan or sham. Thank you very much.
This is your first one, isn't it?
Yeah, it probably is. I don't know. I think even the ones I did with Reese years ago, I lost those all as well. It was getting bad. I don't know. It's hard to really judge this. clan or sham biz.
It's hard to judge something that you cannot comprehend and understand that is far beyond the mental makeup of most men out there. Clan or sham, the algorithms that I go to determine these types of questions and answers. Like, I am in the video game clan matrix over here, trying to put this hotness out there to the masses. So
what's that dartboard behind you with all those clan names behind you?
Shush! It's actually pin the tail on the donkey. I go blindfold.
Spin around in a circle.
Yes. But anyway, that has been another iteration of Clan or Sham. Thank you to both our contestants, Miss Ali Hart and Salim the Dream, for playing. And kudos to you, Dream, for winning by +1, for making me agree to something that I didn't actually hear, but I'll allow it.
Respect the good play, mate. It was good play.
Yeah, it was. So, Ninjas in Pajamas, legit clan.
Check
Samurais
them
in kimonos, not so legit. And Assassins in underwear, the name is out there. So if any budding Fortnite clan wants to jump to the professional leagues, take on the name Assassins in underwear. Make it happen.
Sure. Yeah, they're
Dream Team.
clawing for that one.
Monster Gaming is still mine.
Is there anything you guys want to say before we close this episode up for another week?
Yeah, I'm surprised Sammy didn't bring up the fact that old mate that he loves that had to be fired from IGN for his reviews. He kind of popped up on the Twitter sphere again.
Philip Munchian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who I love.
Yeah, you love him. Good mates, right?
Touches your unicorn hair.
I feel like I'm getting held account for something I said many moons ago, which I clearly don't recall or remember at all.
It's fine.
all
Elephant brain
there.
over here.
That's the tough part of having 150 episodes, isn't it? It's like when someone throws that at you, it's like, remember when you doubled down on that, or you back down, and you're like, fuck.
When
I
you
guess
talk
I
as
probably
much
did somewhere.
BS as we have. There is one thing I wanted to say. We are, we've been nominated for the Australian Podcast Awards of 2019. We're finalists in the video games genre or division. Is this a
correct.
public vote thing, Brendan, or is this just someone judges it?
It was a public vote to get the nominations in, but I don't know if the public vote then reflected the culling of the list, because I think there was 20 odd and it's been cut down to 6.
Right.
And then the adjudicators award the final winner. So it's
All
done
right,
by
well-
their panel of judges.
God,
I
I
want
hope
to
it's a bunch of
I
old
want to
people.
say to the fans, thank you so much for everyone who voted for us to get us in there. It's on May 18. For the judges and adjudicators, I want to say I'm single and I'm totally down for whatever. So if that helps sway your vote at all, let's make this work. I've
You
got
got
two
them
very
unicorn
beautiful,
hands.
thick eyebrows, powerful eyebrows. I'm interested in pointing them in your direction. So
Can confirm. You can
let's
hide
get
a
it
lot of
going.
secrets in those eyebrows.
That's it. You can hide a lot of things in these eyebrows. All right. Just wanted to haul myself out a little bit. Glad I got that through at the end.
Ask
Yeah,
him
so
about
fingers
his
crossed
wand.
for us. What was it? Cherry wood, 9.5 inches with unicorn hair. Something like that.
Yeah. Yes.
Miss Hart, anything you want to say before we say goodbye?
No, I'm done. I can't believe I
You're
lost my
done.
clan of Sham. There goes my reign of terror.
That's all right. You'll be back better and bigger and stronger for it next time.
Yep.
A lot of training.
You're a worthy adversary.
Thanks. Am I what, 3.5?
You're a 5 out of 5 in my heart always, Miss Sally Hart.
Thanks, Sam.
All right, so this has been episode 150 of the Hungry Gamers podcast. We are a card-carrying member of the hashtag 8bit Collective. Be sure to check out all the other podcasts amongst said collective at 8bit.net. Be sure to check out all our video content at youtube.com/weare8bit. And just keep up to date with us on the socials at weare8bit or via the hashtag 8bit Collective hashtag. Anyway, I have been Brendan. This has been Salim and Ali. We can be found at Brendan8bit, Salim TD, and Miss Ali Hart. Until next time, 8bit Nation, much love.
Stay hungry.
You've been listening to The Hungry Gamers, one of many gaming and geek culture related podcasts from the 8-Bit Collective over on 8bit.net. Check out more episodes on your podcast service of choice. And while you're there, please be sure to rate and subscribe. Until next time, boys and girls, stay hungry.